Hi everyone, this is Carrie. I'm coming out here really quick because I'm having some technical issues with the phone cutting, the videos cutting off. I just want to show you my new tool that I got for my sewing room. So excited, so excited. So without further ado, here we go. I'm going to move you down just a little bit so you can see the full effect. So this is my new cutting mat. Brand new, but look how white it is. You know, those are the ones that we get from that place that starts with the J and some of those other places that the mats aren't white to start with. And then over time, they turn even more yellow than they already were. So this is the first thing that attracted me to this mat was that it's so white. I also love that it has these lines here, the 90-degree lines on them. So those are on the mat. But what really got my attention and made me want one of these mats, and I thought about it for way too long, but what really made me want this mat was that it can be cut to size. I've struggled with my mat being too short on each end of the table and then hanging off the edge of the table. I've had it cut several times, but I never could get it cut quite right. And then I also changed my surface that the mat went on, so that created issues with the cuts too. So now I'm at a surface that I like, the size that I like, and I finally ordered this mat. So I ordered a 30 by 72 and had it cut down to 28 by 65 and 3/4. And yes, you can go up to those increments, those minute increments to have it cut. The nice thing is that they send you the piece that's cut off. So that's kind of nice because I can use that at my sewing table or wherever where I need to do some quick cuts or short cuts, or maybe even a long cut because it's that full length there. It's the 28 inches there. But I'm so excited to have this. The other thing that came with it is I got 3 of these. I've already used one. I took one and put it on my sewing table right in front of the sewing machine because I've had some other ones. They were paper, and you know over time the paper wears out. So when you peel this back, it's clear. So it's not a white surface going on a white surface. It's clear going on clear. But I can kind of put it where these cuts were taken if I want to. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it yet. But if I want to, I can put them here on the edge and then have a measuring surface there. Right there. So I have to think about how I'm going to use that. The other thing too about this mat is that you don't need a lot of pressure. You're not going to wear out your hands and your wrists and your fingers and all that jazz. You're not going to cut deep into your mat. The instructions are preferably a Fiskars rotary cutter, which I don't have one yet. I'll probably pick up one today or tomorrow if I go back out, or just order one on Amazon. But the key is to loosen the blade so that blade moves really freely and let the blade do the work, not you do the work. And that way you're not cutting deeply into the mat because you don't need to. So I'm going to just cut a couple pieces of strips of fabric here real quick. And I'm going to double them because we usually cut in doubles anyway. Let me just cut first. Okay, so here's my piece. Let me get it on here for you. I'm going to move around so you can see. So there we are. So I'm going to double this, hold this up, just so you can see. And this is a quilterselect.com blade. You hear that tapping noise. This blade opens when you hold the button in and then tap on the table. But there's 2 layers. And I did not use a lot of pressure. I do need a new blade. But she does say new blades and replace your blades often. So I cut through there twice. And I'm peeling this mat, and I don't feel any cuts in it. And if I did, I would take this scraper and just clean it off. But like I said, I didn't feel any cuts. But if you do start to feel cuts, and that's probably because you're cutting too, your cuts are too deep. You don't need to put as much pressure as you do in them. So the name of this company is, if I didn't say it before, it's Big Mat Rotary Cutting Surface. And her TikTok handle is Big Mat Anna. And it's Anna with 2 N's. So follow her on Instagram. I'm sorry. I think she is on Instagram though. Follow her on Instagram. Follow her on TikTok. Not sure if she's on Facebook. I know for sure she's on YouTube. And you might have seen her in some of the cool shows you've been to because she's been making the rounds. And I don't know how long she's been making the rounds, but I've watched her the last 2 years for sure. She may have been making those rounds before that, and I just didn't understand who she was or where she was or what was happening over there. But you get an instruction sheet with it. And right at the top, it says, loosen your blade. So loosen your blade. Let me just read some of this to you. There are steps you can use to make your mat last longer. Loosen the blade. It's said again. Don't cut in the same line over and over, as you will cause a groove and over time. Replace your dull blades. Avoid chemicals or abrasive to clean the mat. Soap and water is sufficient. Extreme temperatures, such as very hot iron and other heat sources, can cause the mat to warp. We've all done that with mats. Let's not do it with this one. And it says do not attempt to move or roll mat until the mat goes back to room surface. So if for some reason it got hot or you need to move it, you need to roll it, just wait until it cools down back to room temperature and then move it. I had a tough time getting that old mat into a box to get it out of the house. This one, I thought, it came in yesterday, and I thought I had to leave it to allow it to acclimate to the temperature. I didn't. I took it out of the box and it opened up completely flat. I didn't have to do what we used to do on those other mats. I didn't have to do books and boxes and things to hold it down. I'm just thrilled with this mat. So, Big Mat, let me say it again. Let me get it right. Big Mat Rotary Surface. Okay, here we are. Big Mat Rotary Cutting Surface. Again, I ordered a 30 by 72. I had it cut down to 28 by 65 3/4. And that cut, there's no additional charge for it. No additional charge. You pay for the size of the full mat. So I paid for the 30 by 72 and got it cut to what I needed at no additional charge. And it came within less than a week. It arrived here, I think in 4 days it was here. So get a mat, y'all. Get a mat. Get a mat. Get a Big Mat Rotary Cutting Surface mat. Thanks. Bye.